James. I'm Troy from TechCo. I'll use that because some days it's Teach Tech and some days it's IoT Tech. But we're working with James on a few projects back home to integrate some of these amazing spaces into technical colleges. And I think that there's opportunity to put it in so many other environments, and we're really looking forward to exploring that with you, James.
Yeah.
You want to give us a bit of a rundown of what we got here today?
Sure. We're in an immersive space. This is a 4x4 meter room with ceiling projection and floor projection. So whilst a lot of our existing rooms were just kind of cylinders and kind of round rooms, what we're finding is that people have a lot of existing spaces they have as dual purpose. So retrofitting a lot of existing rooms, and this is kind of showing off what's possible in that space.
What's possible, yeah. And I think, what I've seen in the past is more of the wrap room, but adding this layer of dynamic of floor and ceiling really just brings it all together. The other thing is that you can do square, you can do round, you can do whatever angles that you want, can't you, James?
Yeah, anything's possible. 3D is possible as well. But a lot of it is not kind of the AV that goes behind it. A lot of it is kind of the software and the stuff that makes it all work. And so I think in these types of spaces, content is king and having a very functional space. And so what we've tried to focus on is making it really, really easy to use and intuitive. But the other thing is that you don't have to pay for content. You can get it from YouTube and Street View. And then not just can you do virtual field trips and visits, but there's hundreds of applications that integrate it. So you can do a lot of architectural visualization, training type things, but then also use it as a video conferencing space doing something like remote teaching.
Yeah, and one of the cool things that we're seeing is that there's a lot more user adoption coming in because of mainstream 360 content recording, people with their Instas. And that's going to allow schools a much easier way as well to be able to capture that content and bring it back into a space like this.
I'm amazed at what is done in some of the schools. Some of them will have an architecture program and they'll model something in SketchUp, they'll bring it in here, then they'll do their next assignment, they'll take it into Unity, and then they'll make it interactive, and they'll put in physics in the game engine, and they'll take something that moves along throughout from assignment or course to course, and they take that same data and then start to view it in different ways in the space.
And stuff. Amazing. And I think the best thing that working with what you've done with the Igloo stuff is it's not just projectors in a space on a wall that's left for people to have to work out how to bring it together, how to control it, how to stitch it. You bring all of that as a total package, don't you?
Yeah, so we do a lot of the design work. We get a floor plan, we'll say, all right, what's a nice budget option versus a highly functional option? I give you some price points for how you might want to use the room, and then trying to make it as simple and intuitive, as easy to use as possible, and having a bit of a support platform around that.
Yeah, so basically with an iPad, be able to control the space. That might be turn the lights on, turn the heat on, put the air conditioner on, change all the content layouts, do all the stitching, all through just that one simple interface, isn't it? Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, video conferencing as well, using Teams rooms and Zoom rooms and all that sort of stuff as well.
How would be awesome is that to sit under the ocean, but in a Teams call with your other work colleagues around the world.
Yeah. Well, for that, it's a lot of using subject matter experts, being able to point to a refinery, being able to point to pipe, and that's a big difference over something like a headset. It's a shared experience, and when you've got a teacher that's passionate and able to gesture and point, it kind of holds the class's attention.
It brings everybody together.
Body language, eye contact, it's such an important thing in teaching.
Yeah,
and so headsets are great. They're very immersive. They have their own place. But what we found, because we do a bit of headset work as well, is that the types of conversations and the types of things that happen in an immersive space are very different from a headset. It's a lot longer. You can take notes, you can draw, you can kind of have that group learning effect.
And even now, you've also got the plug-in to be able to bring in live 360 content, don't you?
Yeah, you can do jump to a mining site, you can have a subject matter expert there, and you can start to ask them questions and interview him, and instead of having, you can't take a group of students.
No, that's right, exactly.
Yeah.
But the educator or the field technician that's doing the job can take that out and do a live demonstration on site with a whole group of people feeling like they're in that same experience as what they are.
Let me show you a great one. So we have an iPad just tethered for battery stuff here, but if I...
Yeah, running it all day off of the battery, I'm sure you'd be chewing through it pretty quickly in an event like this.
A great one in terms of places you can't really take students. Here we are in Lucas Heights nuclear reactor. So it's a nuclear reactor, there's radiation.
Right, no classes, no adults off the street are just going to be able to walk into a space like this. So
yeah, and here we are. We're above the reactor and we go down inside it. It's like the type of thing that most people don't ever get to see or experience.
No.
Yeah.
I think what you're doing with Igloo, I know you've been doing it now for quite some time. So you're well versed with what works in spaces, how to integrate into lots of different areas, and the technology and what you bring
Yep.
is now, it's really mature. And I think that that's important, to where things have gone. And I think you have a great opportunity now moving into the next 10 years of what students are going to have the capacity to learn and experience in these
It's the
spaces.
way of the future. And I look at, we have an AI thing. You can generate an AI image and be anywhere. And it's getting to the point where you'll have the holodeck. In 2 to 3 years, I don't know if you've seen all the Sora AI video stuff.
A little bit, yeah.
I reckon in 2 to 3 years, you'll be able to walk into the space and say, teach me to play baseball. And then there'll be a synthetic environment with an instructor teaching you how to swing the bat.
It's unreal.
And yeah, you'll be able to go anywhere, create any environment. It's phenomenal where this stuff is going.
Awesome. All right, James, thank you very much for your time.